All right, give me a second. Taking it live now.
Right. Right. Just text me. Is this thing on at 7? Yes, it's on at 7.
You knew we were late last week.
Yes, exactly.
I think we're on live.
Oh, okay. Yes, we are. Hang on. Let me share.
Yes, we are.
Would you like me to share it, Bill, so you can get started?
Yeah, why don't you share it? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So thanks, everybody, for watching us kind of screw around. Okay, so welcome to episode 3 of the Find of the Day Throwdown edition. Spawned by Audi Club's popular, I must say, Find of the Day blog post series. We created a competition between a panel of some esteemed guests, as you can see on your screen today, and myself, your host, Bill Cho. And my co-host in this boondoggle is Audi Club's own George Achorn. Tonight's guests include, now we're going to go in order of how they appeared, who showed up first. So that would be Josh. Josh Paashaus is the owner of Nothing Leaves Stock. When asked for a brief bio, all he told me was that he has a beard that you can clearly see on his face. So I'll fill in the rest of the stuff for him. Not only has he built one lap of America race cars, he's also raced in 8 of them. Lover of whiskey and his dog LoLo, which I absolutely love LoLo also. He also loves oddball cars that nobody should ever, ever, ever buy. Our second esteemed guest today is Shadzi. He's the founder and president of 034 Motorsports. He's been an Audi Club member since 1998. And in addition to loving all things Audi, he loves cooking and building speakers, which we have to find out more about that after our competition. And then third, my boy, Reyes. He's my favorite companion at events because you're always cooking shit for me. Oh, I'm sorry. You're always cooking for me?
There's a rating, Bill.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Wow. I'm sorry. I'm allowed to say that once. I think if I say that twice, then we lose our PT rating. So
no, you
okay,
not
wrong. All right. So let me get back to he's a regular writer, contributor, and photographer for our Quattro magazine. Family man to his wife Cini and 5 kids. He also has 5 kids, right?
5 kids.
Yeah. You also have 7 Audi kids, 5 which are actually running, and 2 of them which are special projects. So,
be quiet, Josh.
Josh knows what the project is on that one there. So, so each one of us has painstakingly searched the internet, really hard, to find 3 of the coolest Audi or Audi-derived vehicles available on the market, and are applicable to 3 different pre-selected categories. We'll present them one at a time in a round-robin fashion, and the panel will then make fun of everybody else's choices. So once complete, we'll vote on the best submission in that category, and at the end, we'll follow it up with a final vote to determine who the overall winner is. So who feels lucky tonight? Everybody does. All right. Obviously, we're broadcasting live on Facebook Live, so we invite viewers to weigh in on the competition with PG comments, please, not like me. And the winner of our panel will enjoy bragging rights for 7 days as the distinguished Find of the Day master. One last thing, this program is brought to you by Audi Club North America. Audi Club has been a supporter and driver of Audi enthusiast community for decades, with events ranging from driving schools to social gatherings all across the country and Canada. We also publish Quattro magazine for enthusiasts 4 times a year, or Quattro. I know, bad joke. So if you consider yourself an Audi aficionado, please join the club. Head over to audiclubna.org and click on the Join tab. And with that, let's get started, guys. All right. So the first category, and the first person up would be Josh, since he's been patiently waiting apparently for hours. All right. So the first category we're going to go with, well, actually, what category do you want to go with, Josh? No, let's go with 5,000 or under, which is our beater or bargain category. So you're up, Josh. What do you have for us?
Hopefully it's still on Craigslist.
But just take a screen. You should take a screenshot of it and pretend that it was still on there.
All right. Hold on a second here.
Josh has a computer from 1998.
It's terrible. All right.
and it's pink.
All right, it is pink. Don't judge me.
I'm not going to mock your mother. I would never mock your
All
mother.
right. Here it is, $2,500 Audi
This is
88L.
2002. Nice.
Yep.
$2,500. So
But the best part about it is all the pinstriping.
Can you stay on one of the?
Oh,
Look at
the hood.
Oh, that's amazing.
oh yes, Josh,
Brown?
hang on a second. So
Can you do a
So you
front
can take a
three-quarter
screenshot?
shot for a moment?
go
There's what?
back one shot.
Look at that. All the gold possible.
All the
This
gold.
is the Camry Gold Edition.
And then it gets better because you have Persian rugs in there. Not only in the front, but you also have it in the back. It does have some chain noise. It is the V8, of course. And you know, the gold frame license plate is fantastic.
I'm just curious what origin
that
is.
plate. That plate is awesome. Origin.
But you know, look at the floor mats. I mean, it's fantastic. And when can you get a $100,000 car for $2,500?
Apparently in Hillsborough.
Yeah. So I mean, even look at the pinstriping going across and then swooping up into the Audi logo. Oh, hey, there's a dog.
Oh, hey, Tempe. This is Josh's. This is Josh's other dog. So
She
wants to
wanted
join
to-
in.
He won. He won already.
you want to ready?
I don't know, man.
yeah,
No.
Don't count the rest of us out. Maybe yourself, but I'm still in this.
So yeah,
I-
this is fantastic. And honestly, the description is pretty well done. It's
Wow.
200,000 miles. It has some chain noise. It's
Surprise, surprise.
appreciate this vintage car. Has anybody that has mechanic skill. It's a perfect car for someone that wants to spend 25 hours doing chains. Other than that, you really shouldn't buy it.
Is the Persian floor mat listed in the description?
Oh, I didn't even look.
Is Amazing Classic the special edition?
It's
That's
the Amazing
a-
Classic.
It has to 0 to 60 in 6 seconds.
Yeah,
Still.
right. And it's got
Still
a
way.
huge trunk.
0 to 60 inches, maybe.
Right.
Yeah, it needs to have it needs to adjust emissions hardware for inspection. I don't know. What that
And I
means.
just noticed the title status:
Oh.
salvage.
Or-
but Josh, this is the beater version. This is the beater category. So
Okay,
Those carpets,
It's got-
though, are worth everything.
it checks all of the boxes right there. I mean, come on. Wood trim, tan interior, and Persian rugs. I mean, that's class. That's all it's
That may
doing.
not technically be a Persian rug.
Well,
It could just be like a psychedelic, drug-induced rug.
it could be like those cabinet, sticky paper that you put in. I don't know.
Right. I mean, I'm half Persian. I've never seen that kind of rug.
I don't know.
I mean, come on, look at that. Look at that. Come on, that's Persian.
That actually looks like the carpet runner that used to be my dog run. So
No. You know what that is? That's the cover from Aladdin. That's Genie's car.
No, I mean that could be like Pakistani or Afghan or something like that.
Again, that's what it
I
is.
don't know.
Look at,
The adds
nice
to the
choice,
value.
Josh.
Good
So
solid
that's
start,
my
Josh.
pick. Yeah.
That is a what is it, amazing classic start to our beater category this week.
Yeah.
All it needs is some nitrous.
Oh my gosh, and just blow it up in like 30 seconds.
Then you could be Ronin.
That
That's right.
the hood stripe. I mean, it just
Wow.
Now,
It's
see,
the gold that does it.
Yeah.
if the gold extended across the roof, then I'd probably be all over it. But
Oh, I don't know. Does it?
no, it doesn't.
It's got a sunroof though.
If the front grill was gold, it would have sold me.
I was gonna say, with all the chrome on it, you would think they could have at least gone to like the gold plating that they used to do in the '90s, like Camrys and stuff.
Remember
Yeah.
those? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. With my younger sister had a '90s Camry, green one with all the gold emblems all over it.
Solid start.
So that's mine.
So nice,
So-
nice choice. All right. So I'm sorry.
All right. So done.
So victim number 2.
Can you stop share?
Ooh, is my internet connection unstable? I think. Yep. There we go.
Someone is.
So
Someone's unstable.
nice category. Nice choice. Javad, do you want to show yours?
Yeah, so I felt like I was in school and I didn't have enough time to prepare for my homework. But
Oh,
so
like I
the
said,
excuses are
like
starting,
we said before we went on there are rules, so.
right. All right, so
Whoa.
can you guys see this? Oh, geez, hold on.
Oh, wrong category.
All right, so if I was going to spend less than $5,000, I would get a 180 A4. This happened to be in Avant, which adds some style, but I would go for anything 180 because there's a really good catalog of products to make it a much more fun car.
I hope that catalog has.
Does
better
34
wheels than that
Motorsport
does
have?
hubcaps.
I would imagine plenty of quality parts for.
We do. We still have a lot of products for this car, and you can make. Oh, this is an automatic, so it just
Do
makes.
you have upgraded hubcaps?
Yeah, upgrade hubcaps.
Does this have hubcap? It might have hubcap.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I can't tell if
That's
that's
like
Amazon
$4,000.
special or Walmart.
I like the color.
Yeah, what
The
color?
color-
Yeah, so and
I,
to me,
I
this,
can
this,
I can relate to the 1.8. That was my first car also. So B5.
Yeah.
I can relate.
it's a terrible motor by today's standards, but man, back then it was
That thing was
it
solid.
was
man.
revolutionary.
Can you pull up a front 3/4 shot again? I forgot to grab a photo. I know.
Right, the second one. There you go.
And then this was really a big step forward for Audi. Their cars were just really crappy before the B5 came out. You know, obviously not before. The 80s cars were awesome, but Audi went downhill pretty bad in the 90s and wasn't producing very good cars. So the A4 just kind of, the B5.
B5 comes
chassis
out and
just
like
really-
A4.org pops up on the internet and everybody's going crazy with B5 stuff.
Yeah, and tuning companies started coming out of the woodwork. We started early on doing A4 products as well. So APR started doing B5 A4 tuning. So yeah, it really turned the whole Audi world around. I remember going to Audi Club events and it was just all B5s.
I remember
And people were going fast.
like late 90s when AT first comes out, and I took my VR6 Jetta down to then in DC VW Sport, and one of the partners there, Adrian Jones, had like an early 180 A4 chip tuned, and he's like, "Yeah, you got to ride in this thing." Like, dude, it's not faster than my VR6. Come on. And 4 of us got in the car and went out on the highway like, "Oh my god, this is eye opening." Like the easy power that came in the 180.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, all that torque. So, and then that was nothing compared to, what the tuning industry did with that motor later on.
Right.
And as a maintenance shop part of it, it's a huge moneymaker. All the control arms and every year, every time.
We have sold so many control arms for these cars, like $1 million worth of control arms over the years. Like, eBay and every other auto parts supplier, the front control arm is the everybody, like AutoZone knows about P5 front control arms.
Yeah, and pardon me, but I totally forgot to do this. Since you're on, Javad, why don't you give a plug for 034 Motorsport? Who you are and where you're located.
Yeah, so we're in Fremont, California. We're right down the street from Tesla, and I started the company in officially in 2005. I became enamored with Audis in college. I watched the ESPN documentary called Unfair Advantage, which documented the Audi racing effort in the 80s and early 90s, from the rally cars all the way through the IMSA GTO, the Trans Am cars, and then later the DTM V8 cars. And I saw those quattros on track, and I kind of think of my life before that video, before that documentary, and after. And I just became obsessed with Audi Quattro and connecting more to what Audi did in racing. Of course, this was in the late 90s, so like you could sort of go on, and this was even before Google, so I can't remember what I would use, like Netscape or whatever, and I would search Audi images online, and there was the Quattro list, but it was just full of people that were like messing with Audi 5000s and stuff. But I got a chance to go work at Eurospec Sport in Gilroy, which Steve Slotkin, the Rest of Souls, owned quite an amazing collection of Audi race cars, and so I just knew I had to work there, and I got to touch these. They had a Trans Am car, they had a DTM car, and they had an IMSA GTO that was rebodied as a Audi 100. So I got to help restore some of those cars, and I went through all the spare parts for those cars, and just became madly obsessed with making Audis go faster, and which ultimately led me to build some cars and start 034 Motorsport. And it's been an incredible experience. So, fast forward today, we have full suspension and engine tuning programs for most new Volkswagen and Audi platforms, like the MQB cars, the GTI. We have a really good RS3 program, TTR, the second gen and third gen TTRS, and a really great V8 program too. We have our own ECU tuning, so yeah, we've grown and done a lot of great things over the years, and we're just fortunate to do what we love and to be able to keep doing it after almost 20 years now.
Oh, nice. Thank you very much.
Thanks,
Oh no, yes. Like I said, forgive me for that wasn't on my script, so I forgot.
We keep adding new things every week.
Anyway,
throw them off.
Exactly. So Josh, I'm sorry. Would you like to tell us about Nothing Leaves Stock?
Yeah, professional pole dancer. With the beard.
Yeah, I got to get the glitter out. So yeah, we started NLS almost 17 years ago, and we bounced from shop to shop and rented, and this within the last year we built our own new facility, and
which is awesome.
We do pretty much everything from state inspections and oil changes all the way up to race car builds to show cars. We've been in PVW magazine 19 times. We pretty much will build whatever people want. Like right now we have a 79 Lotus JPS in the shop. We have a 70 AMX Javelin. We have yeah, I know. We have 4 R32s sitting there that 2 are turbo, one's factory, and one's supercharged. We will work on Toyota Camry. We will build all the oddball stuff that other places say is not possible, because we like doing things that aren't possible. We really like the 5-cylinder. Obviously, George knows that I try to push him to do everything.
Sure.
Post-7K 5-cylinder swaps. We've done multiple 5-cylinder Mark V swaps into Mark 1s, into Audi TTs. We do all-wheel drive swaps. We aren't really afraid to do much of whatever people ask. I got a great team of guys that are just fantastic to work with and hardworking, very talented people that really help the shop do what they do. Without them, a lot of stuff is not possible.
This is why I bring them Chick-fil-A.
Right. So every time Bill comes over for a cam follower blown out or oil leak or
yeah, okay. If you start listing everything that was wrong in my car, we'd be on here for an hour. So
he comes over, he brings Chick-fil-A for all of us and LoLo, our shop dog, and you know, we have a fun time doing what we do. There's no normal. We like the different. We like changing things up. We like swaps. We like, you know, the fabrication and, you know, making things look different than other people do. The team and I, you know, enjoy what we do. So, but
I'll also mention, Josh, that normally in June he runs the show Cult Classic in Coopersburg, PA. Obviously, you had to cancel it this year, push it back to next year. It is a great show. I mean, it's run by family and his friends. I help also, so thank you. I used to cook there, but not anymore. I miss that. But anyway, it's keep an eye out for Cold Classic. It's going to be it's going to be several years that it's been running. Started off really small, and then several thousand cars show up now. Well, maybe not several thousand, but
we went from the first year was 26 cars, and now it's above 500 and above 2,000 people.
Yeah.
So we have to skip 15 this year. So next year is going to be called 15 plus. So we're going to go with that.
That's a good idea. I like that idea.
And,
all right.
Yeah. So
thanks, Josh.
Right,
thank you, Javad, for I once again I apologize for not putting that in the very beginning. So now we're gonna go to, well, good Lord, Ray, what have you done there? Elsa, Jane, KK, Kai, KK, Caitlin, Foxy.
What?
All right, Foxy.
Can you tell my 10-year-old loses my laptop all the time?
Okay, Foxy, can you show us your beater bargain?
All right.
I don't know. Can you show us your beater bargain?
I'm trying.
I'm hearing a lot of clicking over there.
Let's see. Bear with me. All right, you.
You having problems finding the link?
No, I see it. It says just, but at desktop it says a big question mark. Open system preference. I'm gonna cheat.
I'm gonna skip you real quick. Let's go to George.
All
right, George.
Ready for this?
We say every week, George has binders full of cars.
So
another B5. All right.
It's a V6 supercharged. He has it listed at 1,000, but then down in the description it says 5,200. So I don't know if we can split the difference and make this one legal in this class.
Rules, George.
I say $1,000, in which case it's a hell of a bargain.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have something like that later.
Rivet flares only in the front, but I mean,
only in the front.
It's Ohio.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Ohio. Okay.
But I mean,
that's fine. It's Ohio. You're good.
So S4 chin, supercharger.
Oh,
the PES.
140, which is a little loud but powerful. And what? Let's see, 140 on the chassis.
So,
don't know what's on the motor. So, but I mean, what do you want? It's feeder class.
No, it's on the, and it's $1,000. So.
I don't know what seats.
Oh, look at that!
They almost look like.
Mirrors.
Are those Volkswagen seats?
Yeah.
Mark V.
No.
I'm just gonna grab a quick picture of this. I don't know why no rear flares. Maybe he forgot to install them.
Or maybe they've rusted off since it's Ohio.
They're plastic, Bill. They're plastic.
It's still Ohio, so
Yeah.
maybe he hit a pothole and
Acid
they went
rain.
flying off. Yeah, exactly. You remember I think one of the rivers caught on fire. Or was that Pittsburgh? I can't remember.
So not your 1.8T, but it's got an interior picture.
Those are Sparco race seats. I had them in the Mark V in 2009.
And did you see the rearview mirror? There's no blind spots to that thing. Not one blind spot. All the blind spots gone.
Those are great. J.C. Whitney rearview mirror.
I mean,
exactly.
I had those on my Mazda. So
I can't see if the center
Yeah,
cluster's got pixelation, but I mean,
It's a B5, so yes.
That's a B5, guaranteed.
Wow, that rear poke is amazing.
yeah, he needs the rear flares. He definitely needs it.
They flew off when you hit the pothole.
Oh, are those the like anodized red lug nuts on there too?
They are, which is, I mean, it's on brand, right? They're red.
Right.
Yeah. So also Hotchkiss suspension, in case you needed something to push you over the edge as far as why you should vote for this car.
Yeah, push it over the edge of a cliff.
Bill,
Yeah.
be nice. This could be a friend of
I'm
ours
sorry.
who owns this car.
I'm sorry.
I
B5
Tri City,
nice.
Ohio. I'm sure you have plenty of
B5
friends.
nice.
I have friends in Ohio, and that's not one of them.
I gotta say though, you could do a lot worse to drop $5,000 into something to have some fun in. All right.
Yeah, we have,
So
we have
maybe
a
I'm in
good
this
team
class.
for that supercharger if you need it.
What's
right,
that?
I think I'm ready also.
Are you ready, sexy? Or I'm sorry, Foxy?
Whoa.
You call,
Is
you
he
can call me
showing
whatever you
favoritism in this competition?
I'm just reading his Zoom name down there.
All right, let me know if you can see this.
Oh wait,
What?
that is not 5,000 or under.
Oops.
But I'll take it. If it's 5,000, I'll buy right now.
And there's only one of them, and it's not for sale.
I know, right? Trust me,
Right.
I looked. I knew this would be the gold winner, no matter what.
If that's
Is
5,000,
that a
I'm buying it
Beetle?
right now.
That is the real deal, but it's not for sale.
Group
But-
S prototype. Somebody should make like a replica chassis. Like take a
No,
Fiero,
somebody
1.8D
should.
swap.
All the fears just got drowned.
I know. Well, there'll be a lot of cheap Fieros on the market pretty soon, is all I'm saying.
We're going to see a lot of Ferraris driving around now. Look at John. John is just shaking his head.
Is he going to be pulling this car up at some point tonight, or
Right,
move on to Bill?
right. This is my car.
That's
Whoa,
under $5,000.
That's under $5,000.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Under $5,000. You ready?
Where?
Wow.
Wait, hold on. a
Wait,
second. Let
is
me
this
move my
eBay?
screen.
Are you sure it's not the auction's not at $5,000?
eBay UK,
It's
and this
eBay.
thing's not.
Look it. Get the shot.
This thing's not new enough to bring into the country.
Get the shot.
Not old enough, rather, to bring into the country.
Yeah,
I
you
got your
know.
shot.
Get the shot.
I
Just
got
get
it.
the shot.
Yeah.
Look at that. 39 under 5,000.
But you can't bring it here.
Who said? I can bring this here. I can put it on a boat.
No, but it's not going to get past customs because it's not older than 25 years.
I know.
The only
Yeah,
way you're
it's
going to get one in the
customs.
country is if you buy this car in Mexico and then drive it in and then
You
I
drive
can,
come
really
to Shady.
fast.
I can do Espanol.
Those are really cool.
It is very cool.
That is
I
very.
love the color.
The color is pretty badass.
Yes, it is. So
The
Ray,
B5 hatchback.
I will give you the enthusiast, honorary mention for this category.
The plastic's fading pretty bad on
it's
the.
a lovely vehicle.
The plastic's fading
Yeah.
pretty bad on the
George's
front Paashaus
eyes.
there.
George's eyes opened up. That's all I care about.
They did, but I was like, man, that's in the U.S. and it's got Recaros. It's just not importable.
it's not legal.
You know, I have to say that these things have grown on me.
Oh yeah, when they start, what are we? Another, I think 98, 90. I don't know when the first year is for these.
97, I think.
So we're
Man,
Yeah, right around there.
Of course,
Josh, it's got white seats, Josh.
somebody's commenting they're legal in Canada because y'all are lucky, and it's 15 years up there for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Canada this year just
but
got the
Canadian
TT
borders-
Quattro Sport.
Is it a quattro?
Yes.
It's an
Yeah,
S3.
Definitely. It's an F3.
Okay.
But
Does
I don't
it-
think there's a lot of them in Canada.
Wait.
There might be a couple.
Go back. Does it have a base like the Beatles had?
It's an Audi.
Nah, just a cup holder
It's
with like a Red Bull can. But
whatever
you can stick
they're
a flower in your Red Bull
It's a Red
can
Bull
if you
can.
really want to. If you want the look.
Oh, it's a Red Bull. All right, fair enough.
It's actually a B5 hatchback. B5 A4 hatchback.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, these things have grown. The B5, though, unfortunately, still has not grown on me. But
The nine spoke.
It still hasn't.
Nine spoke. wheel
I
definitely-
didn't know why. I know everybody loves the B5, and everybody keeps yelling at me. But no,
You know what I don't
When I
like
first
about
saw these,
the
I
B5?
was like,
Another 10 years.
Yeah. The B5
Yeah.
center console is too wide. I find myself hitting my shin on it. Not that that has anything to do with it. S3. All right.
Alrighty, Ray. Honorable mention.
Honorable mention. I'm
I'll
good with
give you honorable mention for this one here.
Let's stop your share and see what the big dog brought.
Yeah, boy.
Oh,
You thought you liked Josh's? Wait till you see mine.
oh gosh.
it.
Mine's got the whole. As soon as Ray decides, figures out how to stop sharing his screen.
Last night-
all right.
Last night in practice, wasn't he like saying something like, "I'm Mr. Technology"?
No, he was sleeping.
He did.
You remember,
He
he
said,
was
I'm in
sleeping.
IT. He said,
That's
don't
it.
worry about it. I'm in IT.
He was napping. So
Thanks, Josh.
All right. Boom.
Oh man,
Can y'all see that?
Why
Man,
is
that is
there a
beat
two
up.
in front of that place?
a lot of
So,
A8s
this
in
is
this
a-
class. Oh, that's an
This is
S8.
this is a
Whoa.
2003 Audi S8 Quattro. Of course, all of them are Quattro, but still,
Does it have Persian
Look-
rugs?
no. But it's an S8. I can do my Ronin, fantasy
Oh man,
driving to Coopersburg.
I'm pretty
because
sure.
I know you know all the cops in Coopersburg, and you let them.
Wow. That's cheap.
So this is $2,491. It's got
Mhm.
over 162,000 miles on it. It's black and gray and white and
The matte black hood doesn't mean that mean it's a rally car?
Yeah, of course it is. Come on,
No,
look at that.
they just ran out of plastic dip.
What do you expect? It's like I said, it's an S8 Quattro for $2,500.
They took the lower
It's only got
vents
4
off for
photos.
better ventilation.
Joe, it's only $9 less than mine.
I know yours has the Persian rug, package on it, but mine has the Stay Healthy license tag. So
Yeah, but
in this
it's
day and
not
age,
That looks photoshopped, Bill. I'm just saying.
oh, one interior photo. Look at that.
It's
the seats aren't
a
too
little
bad.
rough.
Well, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean,
not too good.
what do you expect for $2,400?
Gold trim.
I mean, come on. I mean, but it's an S8 for $2,500.
Does
I
it run?
guarantee you. I guarantee you that Persian rug car will beat this one.
Mm.
Wow. This is an ad.
Well,
Look
okay.
in
Oh,
better
I
shape,
see.
man.
Okay, here's the thing. I thought it was black. It's actually blue.
Oh, that makes
It's actually black and blue.
It's
That's
actually-
that's a beater. That is a beater.
Look at that, man. I mean, show me the Carfax. Come on. Let's see what it says on the description. There is no description of this thing.
Mine
other
was
than-
full out description. It had everything in there.
okay, all right.
It
So
had
your guy was better at writing.
My wide
guy's
body
be-
A4 had 2 prices. So
My S8 has 2 colors on it. So there.
I think it has more than that.
Josh, how many
Well,
miles
it
does your
probably
A8 have? I'm trying to discern which one I'm going
He
to
had
go.
200.
It
He had over
It
200.
said 200.
And this is less money?
Yes.
By $9.
I mean,
And it's an S8.
And it's got what? How much was 200,000? Over 200,000?
It said 200,000, but
Actually, mine's got 38,000 miles less than yours does.
But mine had all one color, gold trim, and Persian rugs.
2 colors if you
Okay.
count the gold.
All right, I want to.
Yeah, but no plastic dip.
But see, mine's a rally car.
You're missing. You're missing the grills.
Because
Yeah.
it's been rallying.
That's
man.
that's for added ventilation.
That's for improved cooling. That's right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bill.
Come on.
I
Bill,
don't think so.
Mention the sunroof. The sunroof, Bill.
It's popped open. See? Can't you see it?
Permanently.
Oh,
I think
it won't- it
that's
won't
as close
close,
as it
that's
gets. Right.
Yeah.
No. No. It's not a sunroof. It's one of those ventilation scoops on the hood.
Oh, right on. It's in the wrong direction now.
Yeah. Shit. Come on,
I
man.
gotta say, this is a good find, Bill.
Keep going,
I-
This is a good
I'm
find.
impressed. This is a cool.
Okay.
It's kind of shocking that a car that's what, like a $90,000 car, $80,000 car.
I have
Yeah.
no idea.
It might have
It's
been.
just crazy how.
Yeah.
I mean, if it runs halfway decently, that's a really good deal.
Well, the description would actually say anything. I don't know if it actually runs
Yeah.
or not. So I will
Probably
give that
like
to I will give that to Josh. Josh is the AA.
Mine at least says it's a mechanic special.
Yeah, yours had a
Okay,
brand new
well,
title too,
It
didn't
might
it?
not be real.
It had a rebuilt
All right,
title
hang
on an
Show me the
A8.
card.
That's not a good thing. Aluminum chassis.
This could be a scam.
See,
Well.
mine was not salvage. Oh yeah, boy. Hmm.
Wow, no accidents?
Well, it's got, I mean, damage. I mean, look at it.
You're moving really fast to be able to read
Yeah.
these. I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, exactly. You don't need to read these. Come on, it's perfect. It's fine. You don't need to read the Carbacks. I mean,
Hey, it's from
That's the used
Halifax.
cars.
It
That's
used
the
to
used
be in
car salesman
Halifax.
technique.
Oh, no.
I'm just saying. Boom! I brought this to the table. I want your adulation. Come on.
It was originally a Pennsylvania car too. I saw Halifax, Pennsylvania in there. So
You know, homeboy.
Man, that's
come on.
impressive.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, George, do you have your
Are we ready to vote?
screenshotty thingy? Yes.
all right.
Like I said, Ray, I love you, man. Honorable mention.
All right. So anybody voting for the blue and gold, slightly blue John Cooper Works A8 long wheelbase? Josh.
Come on.
Next
Really?
Next up.
I'm gonna give Josh one, man.
Okay, so
Oh.
A8 gets 2.
Gotta give Josh
Hey, that's no fair, man. He's got your one of your Audis hostage at his shop. So,
one. No, he doesn't.
Javad's A4 Avant.
but look at the hubcaps. It looks like a Honda. It's at a Honda dealership, and it
No
looks
one
like a
should
Honda.
vote for this.
Best ever wide body PES A4.
Half wide body.
No.
Yeah, what's up with that rear wheel?
Highly illegal S3.
I would vote
I
for
love
that.
the color
Yes,
there,
yes,
Ray.
eight.
The color.
Anybody for the S8? I'm going in for
Boom.
the S8.
Me.
Who didn't vote? We have 2.
Oh,
I,
we have
got to
time.
give it to Bill.
All right. Bill takes round 1.
Come on.
I finally went around.
That's a pretty good find.
That is a pretty good find.
Thank you. Thank you.
That
Of
thing
course,
was
of
so
all the
beat up.
categories that I win, all the categories
Beater
I win, I
class.
win the beater class. Yeah. So great. Thanks. Hey, I'll take anything at this point. Right.
I'm disappointed.
I'm sorry, Josh. Mine was an S8 though.
I'm logging off. Hold on.
Wait.
Are you just going to get your pink laptop and go home?
Oh.
Watch it.
All right. I'm
Mad respect
awarding
for anyone
myself.
that
I'm
can
awarding myself a
use
gold
pink
medal.
laptop.
So.
Oh, I gotta get a gold.
Bill beat me.
All right, Josh. There's 2 more rounds. 2 more rounds, man. And I kind of had a preview. Wait, Josh. You forgot the other one.
This
He has
was
an
I know.
alternate
You know. It just. Yeah.
I have an alternate 50,000 class, so
I have an alternate beater, but it's not legal to bring in.
See, he gets honorable mention. too.
Right.
That's
Right.
Hey, look,
Oh,
look,
that's a good one.
everybody on the chat is selecting the S3. Check it out.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah, that's going to be a $20,000 car by the time you get to the U.S.
Thanks,
So-
Doug. Doug
so-
says S8s are well built and fast. Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, Josh, go for yours, Josh.
So this was my alternate, but it's not legal, so I didn't pick it. But I really want it. Oh come on, seriously?
Share
I
screen.
don't know how to work things.
There we go.
How do you get rid of the thing up here? Oh, there it is.
This looks
Oh,
strangely like your first choice.
Quiet, I'm working. All right, so
Oh, here we go.
This is what I wanted to use, but it's not legal.
Can you? Oh yes, this.
Okay, so it's an Audi race hauler. So it works. It's a man, vehicle. It has 500,000 kilometers on it, and it has a girl in the back.
That's a car for Reyes right there. Ray deserves that car.
And it has air ride to lower, so the cars can go up nicely. And if that was here, I would drive that for a daily driver.
And I know Josh very well, and I've seen his daily drivers, and this
I mean,
pretty much
come
would
on.
fit right in.
Seriously, like, look at this thing. It's just, and it's I think 4,000 euros or something like that. Like, it's
Of course,
fantastic.
I must have shipped it over here.
What year is this thing? I'm gonna guess like touring car era.
It's 99.
Damn, George.
Never seen one.
Touring car
I've
era.
never seen one.
Yeah,
Not even online. I've never seen one.
Yeah, it's a 99. It's got 501,000 kilometers, 4 owners. It's MOT until January 2021. It has air ride to lower it for lowing, so you can get your race car right up there, or your Stance Pro car. It's just fantastic. It's $49.50.
But
The fall.
pounds sterling. So
including that.
Right.
You could knock 30% off that to export it.
And if you can fit my S3 in there, you can bring both cars.
Right. Exactly. we can work together on this.
That's right, Josh. Damn right.
I mean, just look at the livery on this thing. It's just the racing flags and the whole deal, and the ramps that are outside the. It lowers to the ground. I mean, look at that thing. It's 4 inches off the ground. Just air ride. Every Mark IV kid would love this thing.
it is pretty bad.
That was my alternate, but I think
And the winning beater would fit lovely in that thing. Just saying. Since my
I
name
don't
is a
know.
race
That
car.
might be a little tight for an A8. Certainly not the long wheelbase blue car.
I don't think an A would fit.
Winner.
All right, whatever. Fine. Okay. So, well, back to you, Josh. Our second round is our daily driver edition category, I should say, 50,000 or less. Hey, Tempe.
I got a Tempe in my face. Go lay down. Go lay down.
While I'm pulling that up, Ryan Compton, it hauled A4 touring cars. I think that counts.
What?
He's
Oh,
saying
what
it's
are we
stretching.
on? We're on.
Ryan.
50,000.
Bending the rules.
Ryan is protesting retroactively from last week.
Oh, we're on daily.
Yes, we are on daily. This is your 50,000 or under category.
All right. So I've had an obsession for some reason for like the Q5s, SQ5, but my reasoning is I want to do wide body like DTM style flares and slam to the ground and use it as a 1-lap car to do the SUV class. And so this is my daily pick. It's So it's an SQ5, 2018. Great color, black interior, black wheels. Lower it about 5 inches. Software exhaust, bigger wheels, bigger brakes up front, and one lap it, and then daily drive to the winner. So this is my daily.
So what color is that, George? Do you know, or anybody knows this color?
Do they sell Gotland green on that car?
Yes, that's what it is. It's something I couldn't say. The only thing I don't like is the grill. It should be black. I don't know why they didn't do that black.
Is that an Anthony Garbus car? Because it almost looks like a partially black optic, which would make his OCD head explode. I think it's a silver optic car, but the person put black wheels on it. So I think Anthony would be, as green as it is, I think he would be against this vehicle.
We will ask him when
he's not voting, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, we don't need to see the headlights or the fog lights or the other fog light. I just think the color combo on this is just so perfect.
You get your screenshot, George?
Oh, no, I was too busy looking at the green paint. Can you go back?
Wait, go back.
That's all right. I'll take the
Josh.
side shot. That's all right.
Go take the side shot.
That?
Yep.
Got it.
All right, good. All right.
Got it.
The other thing that I like about it is that it doesn't have the honeycomb stitched interior like a lot of them had. It's just a pure black. There's no accents. There's no nothing. It's just black. So it almost seems like this car was kind of ordered differently. Because most of the George, you'll know better than me, but most of the SQ5s were like the honeycomb stitch seats and everything.
I think that's our S cars. The S cars have with diamond.
No, that's the S cars have the diamond stitch.
They had some sort of stitching.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it has a trunk and a lock. See, great.
All the things. It's got all the things.
Yeah.
It
even has a VIN number on it.
Oh my gosh. It's 96 pictures. But there's no accent stitching on this. It's just black and Alcantara black. Everything is black. It's
tasteful.
Well, if you were going to turn it into a one lap car, all that stuff would be gone, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it would all be gone.
I'm all for you turning that into a one lap car.
I'm all for it too. You win. Sorry.
I didn't say one. I just said I'm all for him turning it into a one lap car.
I honestly would love to take one of these and just make it full out SUV one lap car. It's like, for some reason, the last 2 years, I've just been like hardcore on. First was this, the 3-liter supercharged motor, the Q5, but then this came out and, with turbo, we could make some monster power out of it, but you do suspension work, drop it down, wide body, and then you have a lot of room in the back to throw your stuff in and go, or sleep, or whatever. It's perfect. But so this picture right here is why another reason. The color is great, but
Seats.
Most of them have the stitching of a different color. This is just black. Everything's black. It's just it's different. There's some chrome accents and stuff, but there's no green to it. There's no accent color to it at all. It's just, I have a black interior.
I like it.
Electric seats.
I like the color.
Nothing. It's just black.
What color was it again, Josh? Just black.
Black.
Like the bargain, like the beater winning S8. Just saying. So. Hey, I'll take any win I can get. So.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I know.
So who is next? Who's up against this all black interior SQ5?
That would be Javad.
Javad's next, yeah.
All right. Well, my my submissions are. I think I don't know how great this one particular car is, but it was an example. So pretty boring choice, but
hey,
basically an RS3 I think is
it's
pretty hard to beat for under.
it's an
50,000.
RS3. All right, nice.
I would love to have an RS3.
Yeah, they're great cars, very tunable, 4 seats, great looking, can be made to handle really well. But we do a stage 1 package on E85, and it's almost 600 crank horsepower, with just bolt-ons.
Yeah, they could be monster cars, big monster cars.
0 to 60 in well under 3 seconds, quarter mile in 10 seconds, street drivable, daily drivable. Your grandma could drive it. Great car. So this seemed like a pretty well priced example. The DSG is great.
Do we know where these cars typically are price wise? Are they? I know there was shortage for a while, so nothing was really coming in under 50. Are we?
Yeah, they're I found a couple examples like this, but I think they're probably in the low 50s more.
How many miles are on this?
Commonly?
Looks like 13 or 16, I forget.
Really?
What's that?
How many miles are on this?
Oh,
it's in Happy Valley. Oh,
it's in Oregon. Yeah, 19,000 miles.
Wow. All right.
Practically new.
Yeah, practically brand new.
I mean, I'm sure it was just you mentioned grandma. I was probably just driven to church, I'd imagine. So no issues.
It's Oregon, so they went.
And Happy Valley would only be church ladies. There wouldn't be any college age kids driving that really hard on the weekends.
Right.
Maybe drunk. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that because I'm not really sure how I'm going to beat an RS3, but probably beat to hell, and you don't want it. But otherwise, it's great.
That's why I was thinking that you're trying to sway the crowd here.
They say you can tell a lot by a car by looking at the interior, and
that's the passenger seat. Even my passenger seat looks good.
Passenger seat looks great because it was a kid at Happy Valley who can't get any girls, and even with an RS3, so he just goes out and beats his RS3 all weekend.
Yeah, that's
George.
I know. I'm trying to I don't know.
The interior is black, so there's
trying to put a little bit of ballast on this thing. Partially Alcantara steering wheel. Is that a factory? I don't think it is. Maybe some upgrades.
Yeah, it looks like a factory wheel.
Yeah, definitely grandma drove this car.
Yeah, totally grandma.
Totally grandma.
Yeah, it looks very under abused.
See,
but they can take a lot of abuse anyway. So
I did not even look at these things because I didn't think I could find one.
If you look at that front, I see no scratches, no rock chips.
That actually looks like a really nice car.
Very well.
That's a really good deal.
The only thing I don't like about that car is the wheels. They just don't flow with the car.
Yeah, you got to change the wheels.
I agree. The factory wheels.
It's kind of a lot of new Audis these days. All could use some wheel help.
I mean, the front end's fantastic. The interior is great. The car overall is amazing, and you can make it a monster for very little effort. But the wheels, they're like Toyota Camry.
Okay,
I think they've run out of wheel design ideas. As a bonus, these have real exhaust tips, unlike the new SQ5, which has fake exhaust tips. Real hot, dirty gases come out of those 2 holes on the back, which is pretty awesome.
Are we really going there?
I know there was a joke.
We're not making friends with Audi right now.
I know, right?
People complain. People complain to the dealership about how there's these 2 spots in the back of their car that are always dirty. They don't like it. So
there's many
moving away from exhaust tips.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Volkswagen Audi stuff that has random holes in the bumper that the exhaust doesn't even come out of.
Well, they did that because JD Power consumers don't like dirty exhaust tips. That's legitimately why they got rid of it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I
think electric cars don't have that, so
right.
No, those
it's kind of shifting the dynamic in the market.
Ooh, too dark. All right.
Get rid of those buyers. Just get rid of them.
Okay. Very nice choice, Bud.
So Reyes staged.
Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. I'm gonna pull up my cheater then. So.
Oh.
All right, let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. All right. All right, I'm gonna go with this one.
Oh, it's him. Great.
An inlet house.
That's a really nice car right there.
$216. Come on, man. Are you shopping?
That looks like a
Are you
fine,
shopping while the
high-quality
rest of us are
product
short?
Hey, Mr. IT, where's your entry?
That is not going to fix your RS4.
Ray, I'll PayPal you later. Thank you.
All right, this is my entry.
This is your sub 50?
Yeah, sub 50. Look at this
Uh,
interior, George.
eBay.com, not .co.uk.
All the good cars in Europe.
George, you're too much, man.
I'll give you this one because you need the 50 Gs to get it here. Oh, is that a DTM car?
I know, right? Originally, I was going to get this one, right? So this one was going to be my beater. George, you can't beat that, George, but it's sold already.
That's the problem with this game.
Sorry,
You
I
think you
couldn't
have
see
yourself
it.
lined up. What you do is you open the window
know,
and just
right?
leave it open on your desktop all week and don't refresh.
All right, so I went with this one instead.
Ooh, what is
What?
that?
wait,
Holy cow! What
this
is
is
that?
150.
No, isn't that interesting?
It's a silhouette car,
Oops,
but it's not a
sorry.
DTM car.
No, it's modified.
That's a
DT.
B8. That's a S5.
Yep. it's
No,
an
I
S-
know, but I mean it's
Look
like
at
it's like an
That's cool.
S5 body on some sort of chassis. Like it's not a.
It's not
Looks like a B8.5, maybe a V9.
No, the bodywork is. You know how like in DTM you have the silhouette, like the
Yeah.
set DTM chassis, and then they make bodywork to fit over top of it. This is something with like A5 S5 bodywork on it, but the wheelbase
Right.
isn't right. That roll cage
Yeah.
in the back. It's
See the side exhaust.
so what?
That
You
need
see a
You
description?
need a closer
It,
look.
it looks like it has a tube frame.
Oh wait, I need to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a
How
two
much is
frame.
Let's slow down a second.
Yeah, I think George is right. This is mostly a graphics package on a fiberglass body.
But
Yeah.
what's the drivetrain?
40,000. It doesn't show the drivetrain.
No, but what's in it? Does it say?
2-liter?
It needs chains already.
8 complete wheels. All right, so we'll say it's a 2-liter turbo, maybe.
I don't know. I love it.
Just says 2L.
Yeah, that's all
Double
it
X.
says.
That's me.
I mean, it's made to look like a DTM car, but it's
Yeah, it's
not.
made to look like a DTM car. Yep.
That's a cool looking car.
Yeah.
It is a cool looking car. It's kind of. I mean, it's just. It's odd that last quarter part of it. It's just.
Yeah. The
Kind
back
of looks like an
half-
RX-7. You know, I'm sorry, an RX-8 type of.
Yeah, it almost looks like an RX.
Right.
Yeah.
It did look like an RX-7 or 8 at first
Yeah.
glance.
I
I
couldn't
mean,
remember.
I don't think there's many people other than me that would daily drive that.
Yeah.
This or that truck, right?
Dude, I couldn't even
I
get
would-
into it, man.
I would drive that to the ground. Kid you not.
I have no idea what that is.
Ryan Compton says it's an Orica. So Ryan, post if you know what motor is in that. We're assuming 2OT just because it says 2-liter.
motor is it?
Yeah, but the body, the wheelbase, everything doesn't make any sense.
No, yeah.
Even the window. You see the window on the rear?
Yeah. It almost looks like if that red pillar was in there, it kind of looked like a Ute.
Taillights look like stickers, but like, so Ryan Compton's saying it's an Orica like race chassis
With the 2.0.
for a 2-liter
Yeah,
class.
with the 2.0.
So it's the race series or class that it's in.
And you just wrap it with whatever headlights and taillights you want.
It looks like it's got like a
So-
fairly
How
legitimate.
much is that?
I don't know.
What's the price?
Fine, right? I like it. A weird oddball, just
40,000
like you.
euros. So that's
40,000 euro.
40,000
That's in
euros.
under the hammer.
This is my favorite part right here.
So Ryan says 230 horsepower, 1,800 pounds.
Wow.
Wow.
It looks small.
Torque Engineering
Much
chassis.
smaller than an Audi.
Orica services the motor.
But is it street legal?
Compton
It
says it's
doesn't
a
matter.
Renault motor.
No,
We'll let
Okay.
it.
it's not street legal.
We'll let it slide because it's got stickers
Oh,
that say it's an Audi. But he says it's a Renault
I
motor.
got a second choice.
And it's got a rhombus.
Whatever you
It's got a
want.
rhombus on
You
it.
want to do the second choice? You want to do this? It's up to you.
This is my
It's on
second-
Vortex. I don't know that this is.
does Vortex work anymore?
Oh, that car.
Oh, that's been around.
It's been around, but it's the only one around.
That car. The sad, like, it's like your ex's. That car was a yellow, like, what's the up package on that LS or whatever the more luxury version of the 50 was, and it was bright yellow. It was in Arizona for a guy who imports those, like, what are those, the Unimog, a guy who's like a Unimog specialist in Arizona. This was his mom's car. She lived in Germany. She brings the car over. I guess she passes away, and he ends up selling it. Rotiform buys it, did suspension. It was still yellow. Did some vintage kind of rebuilt wheels on it back when they were doing a lot of wheel rebuilding. And I think they might have bagged it, and then it gets sold to another guy who takes it all apart, paints it blue, and does pretty much what you see here. And it's either that guy or the next owner who have it now.
The aunt was the owner before this.
Okay. That car
Damn,
showed up at
George.
Oktoberfest 2 years ago.
And it's just, and
Yeah,
George,
what-
this
what-
all off the top of George's head.
George.
I almost bought this car. He had it listed at like $7,500, and then he got the owner, the Unimog guy, and he went down to like $4,500 for me. And
Damn.
I know, I should have bought it. And
How
then,
long ago was that?
And then Rotiform grabbed it. It's been a couple years.
That's not. Are you sure that's a Rotiform car? Because Brian bought the car that I swapped a 1.4 16 valve into.
Was this one? I thought this is the one. It got painted blue.
Yeah. So I long ago I had one that was East Coast, and we swapped the 1.4 Polo 16 valve GTI motor into, and it was in PVW. We did a photo shoot at the Kenworth truck stop up the road from us, and then Brian ended up with it, and he did a bunch of stuff to it. I don't know if this is the same car.
And this wasn't just. I mean, this would have been like when the Rotiform had it. Would have been years ago. But that car got repainted blue too, and it was moved to the East Coast. So I assumed.
Yeah, I mean, this car was East Coast, like Massachusetts or Connecticut or something.
Yeah. It popped up too at Oktoberfest. I want to say like 2 years ago. There's like when they do the run up to Vermont, they stop usually halfway, and the owner came out and kind of showed up at the gathering space.
Yeah, I don't know
this is
what
that
the
car?
yellow one is.
Yeah.
The yellow one that we did for the customer ended up at Brian, but that was probably 4 or 5 years ago that Brian had it. So it definitely is not this car, but I don't know if he had two of them or not.
I don't think the yellow one's around anymore. I'm pretty sure the yellow one got repainted to blue.
I like it.
Yeah, it's cool. How much do you want for it?
He wants 15.
I mean, for how much?
15,000?
I mean, it's the only one, so if you want one,
I know.
unless you're going to import one.
And he says firm.
Just like me.
Again, family show, Bill. You're killing our YouTube rating.
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, you meant your gut.
I'm in my gut.
All right. So which one are we? Are we doing the Orica or the 50? Is your entry?
The 50. We're doing the 50. That look right there. Right,
Yeah.
that-
I got
That's a
that
great shot.
I think
I really
there's a debate, but I believe Bertoni designed this car as well. So it's got a little bit of a provenance.
I like it.
I like the SQ5.
What motor is in that? A 1.4, you say?
No, that one does not. That is probably a 1-1, maybe one.
I think that's the original 1-1.
Yeah, it's probably 1-1.
So it's crazy slow. It's
Yeah.
Like 40 horsepower.
yeah.
Well, the one we did was a 1.4 GTI Polo motor from a 2002 from Europe.
Like the G40.
Yeah. No. Newer
I've seen-
than that.
There are a couple. Oh, okay. There are a couple in Germany that have had the G40 swap into it. I think that's a 1.4 as well.
Ours was the dual overhead cam, 16 valve, 1.4 setup. Not the G40. Not this motor.
Would
Whatever's
just
in that,
just out of curiosity, would like a 180 swap into this thing, or is that too big?
you would have to
Yeah.
make custom mounts for it.
I'm sure it would fit though.
It would fit. It will.
Put it in the back.
The problem with these is that they have what they call a small block Volkswagen motor, so none of the mounts are the same as anything in the U.S. So everything is totally different. You would be able to make custom mounts and it would fit, but there's nothing bolt on to this car.
No.
Nothing.
You
at
know
all.
what would be fun is just a 1.8 hydraulic lifter, like, Mark II GTI motor. That would be a blast in this thing.
Yeah. Yep.
And you think
Because the
the
1.8 just
original
you're just gonna fog the tires. The front tires are just gonna be constantly spinning it in the top of fourth gear, which is probably it has like 3 or 4 speeds. It'll just be spinning the tires the whole time.
I'm pretty sure all of these were 4 speeds until they came out with the later ones, which was not round headlights.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know if you could fit anything. You might be able to fit a VR in it, but it would be very hard mounting wise.
Well, the weight too in the nose would be.
And you'd have a 90-10.
You'd just be constantly
90-10.
flipping over.
Right.
End over end.
Yeah, or
Pointing
you
out his
just
driveway, you're going to flip.
and any
Yeah.
corner you're just going to understeer right off with that much weight in the nose.
Yeah.
Fly right off into the woods.
You can just take the rear tires off the car.
Right. Put like
the
wheelie
mounting
bars,
point-
but in the front instead of in the back.
Just some sleds back there. It won't be doing anything.
The mounting point on the passenger side of the engine is sort of like a Mark IV style. So you'd have to use like a Mark IV block that has that style and not like a rear mounted. And it would be close. It would be kind of odd to do, but we'd do it.
I could see you guys pulling this off.
I mean, these cars are not terribly rare in Europe, right? Like they're starting to come up in price a bit, but
Well, you can get the Polo version for half the price.
right.
I've had 4 of them imported, and they're way less than the Audi version.
And the difference is literally like the grill and the steering wheel. But
Nothing else.
car was originally designed, if you want some more nerd information, was originally designed as Audi 50, and then Volkswagen buys Audi, and they made it the Polo as well. So they launched like almost exactly the same. And then when they facelifted it, they dropped the 50 because they wanted Audi to be a luxury brand. But
Yeah, there's really no difference at all, other than grill, steering wheel, badges, some of the trim. There was more chrome on the Audi, but other than that, it's the same car.
and this would have been if this is a yellow car, it's the more quote luxurious one. But the other thing is cool in this gen car, which they didn't sell as an Audi, but the Volkswagen Derby, which is like a notchback 2-door coupe. So it's got a trunk rather than a hatchback.
I daily drove one of those right-hand drive for a year.
Did you?
It was terrible.
First time I saw one was at H2O like 4 years ago, and I think it was the yellow one.
Yeah.
On display, and I fell in love with it. It looked awesome.
Well, this shot here, Ray, sells me. I mean, I love this shot here.
Yeah, this shot here is awesome.
The yellow one at H2O is the one that we built.
That's the one you guys did. Yeah, that car was gorgeous. Oh my god. It was gorgeous. And then at the same time, it was right next to a mint condition 90 coupe. And you know me and the 90 coupe. It was like, there was like, the skies opened up and it was like glorious day. It was a glorious day.
So the one that we did had, I just remembered it had bolt-on like Japanese flares, black flares. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, the yellow one. I do.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
cool. All right, well, shall we
All right,
shall we move on?
Nice
All
job,
right.
Ray.
Good job.
Nice
Fine.
job, Foxy.
You win, Foxy.
Who's that? Who's next?
Can you stop share?
Yep.
All right,
I think I'm next, right?
you're up. I'll play cleanup, sweeper.
Put the
All right,
music
George.
on.
You seen
Let's
this?
see your. Oh, wait.
What?
How is it?
Yeah, they're below 50 grand now, by the way.
Oh
in
my
case you were wondering.
God.
Holy Jesus.
All right.
Yeah. There are plenty of them, by the way. I found one on eBay last night that was a little bit roachy. Actually, no, I'm not going to show you. But it had like 120,000 miles, and I was like, that's awful. And then I saw another one on Mannheim Motors website for like with 30,000 miles on it for $5,000 more. It's like, holy crap! I think RS7s have gone sub 50.
Yep.
So I looked on cars. This car, yeah, Nagaro Blue, I believe.
2014 Audi RS7
Seats-
for under 50 grand.
Will, in fairness, Will
What
shared
year?
this online a few days ago,
Oh, did he? Oh, dang it. I must have missed.
but I didn't see the price. I didn't even look at the price. But this one's got wheels and mods. I did this one because it's showy. But the point is, RS7s are sub 50K.
Yeah, but the interior.
I mean, pick
That's
your setup.
fine.
I could have found a Daytona gray with black. I could have found black with black. I could have found red, whatever. There are plenty of them on cars.com below 50.
I have a really bad spot for red or oxblood interior.
In a good way?
Yeah, real
Sweet,
good.
then vote for me. Plus, Nagaro Blue Audi
Okay,
exclusive.
yeah.
This car is H&R RSS Plus. Which wheels are those? Are they 1552?
I think they're
They look like
1552s.
LMs. They were LMs, right?
No,
Yeah.
I think they're 1552s.
Yeah, they're the ones that aren't they the ones that Jamie put on the Super Beetle? I think. I can't remember the
I
model
think so.
name.
Can you enlarge that photo?
Yeah, can you?
No, I'm not too sure
They're
anymore.
not 15s.
No.
No.
It says 1552 in the listing.
Then they're the three-piece ones. They're not the cast.
But
They're
I
not
mean,
they're not
also the one I found on eBay, the high mileage one, was listed as an A740T. So I thought I actually found like somebody who didn't know what they had. It's like, oh my god, a sub 50K RS7. But no, it turns out these are like legit. It is the find of the week because it's silly for you guys to vote for. But if you want to, please do. But more that you can get an RS7 sub 50K. I had no idea.
All right, this is going up tomorrow.
If there's one upside to a pandemic where an implosion of the used car market happens, it is sub 50K RS7s.
How many miles are on this thing?
Um,
Oh, there it says. It says
58,000.
58.3, but I'll tell you the one I
Damn.
found at Mannheim Motors had like 30 grand on it, and it was 55 grand. Right, 30,000 miles. It's like a new car.
Yeah, but was it Nogara blue with a with
nah,
that
it was
interior?
Daytona with black. They also had a white
Right.
one for a couple grand less.
I don't know. This blue is pretty awesome.
I okay. Shit. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, George. You just blew me away with this thing. I mean, under 50 grand. Damn. So my
Yeah.
choices are crap.
So let's see what you got.
Okay. Well, I in the spirit of the competition, it was 50,000 or less, right?
50,000 or less.
Just
Yeah.
just for clarity, mine was 49,000 even. In the US, you don't have to import it.
so
Hey,
so
I got
with that-
Josh's truck, so I can
with
get
that
away.
$50,000 cap on it. See, now I'm gonna have to all right, fine, whatever. George,
You don't want to go up
just-
against the RS7, do you?
No, I don't want to go up against the R7. Okay. Hang on a second. I
George,
can't
George,
find it.
George, your selections
I think it's gone.
this week have improved.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm raising my game.
Oh,
I sit around at night when my
All
wife
right.
was watching The Bachelor and stuff, and I'm like
Okay,
surfing
so-
cars for sale.
they must have corrected this listing
It's
because it
Oh,
was at
slow.
$47,795
Oh,
2 days
really?
ago. Yeah. So okay, so I
Change the
guess
zip code. Change the zip code to Utah.
Do a- next time do a screen cap.
I should have done the screen cap. Dang it! All right, so that's all right. Hang on a
No,
second.
So what
No.
you're saying is you got nothing.
Yeah.
No.
I've got an
I'm-
alternate 50 if you want to take it.
No.
for me.
I
No,
don't
you can't
need your
play
pity.
it.
I don't need your pity
Oh,
choice.
no, you can't help him, George. There's no helping here.
I don't
I'll
need your
just save
pity.
my alternate 50 for next week
All right.
because that Nagaro blue car is going to be sold by next week.
Okay, so I have 3 of them. This is my second choice here. I'm going to show it. And just. Oh no, it's gone. I think it was one of the Skittle cars.
You just tell me if you want me to
S3.
step in with the backup 50 grand car.
No. Wait.
If your third one's gone.
Go back. I'm gonna. Hang on. Let me go. To my
Sugar
very
is, I think,
last-
what you Southerners say. Just shit.
What you just told me? Bless my heart.
Yeah.
Add a little sugar to it.
All right. So here's my boring. All right, I'll
Josh
show
looks
this thing.
bored. I'm just saying. You're boring your friend. Josh. I think the dog fell asleep.
Yeah. She's out. She's went in. Oh wait, she's back. You just said dog and she's back.
Right.
Okay. It's very boring, but I love the color. It's an A5 Merlin Purple.
Oh Lord, you can't even compete with George.
Is
I know,
Amanda voting?
That's why.
That's like a mom's car.
If
Yeah.
you,
Shut up.
is it manual?
Actually, that's
no.
like my grandmother.
Oh, it's so your wife would be okay with it. Is what I'm asking.
Oh.
That's probably why.
You and Amanda Hart could be like the Merlin Purple crew. That should be in your.
No.
Do you want me to
Yeah,
throw in
no,
my
just-
my 50K?
Yeah, you know what? Just throw in your 50K. So
He'll lose it.
I won the first round. That's all I care about. I won a round. Oh,
Legally imported C5 RS6 Savant at AZ Euros.
I knew I should have looked at that website.
Yep.
Ooh, just made it by $5.
Yeah.
The wheels are terrible.
They're
I don't
stock.
care.
Terrible.
Wheels can be replaced pretty easily. All right, George. Always
this
always
acceptable?
always raining on my parade.
Is this acceptable for your
acceptable.
entry?
No, not my. No,
You're just gonna have no entry, or do you want to?
I'm forfeiting.
Okay, good.
Why'd you have me? Why'd you have me share my backup? I got to use that next week.
That's my plan. Come on, George.
He fell for it.
All right. So let's vote for round 2 for our daily driver.
SQ5. I know.
Come on, hon.
I will.
Getting
All of
ready to
them were very good choices, except for mine, which was mispriced. And then
SQ5 with the red stitched interior, kind of Christmassy, because I didn't really like the red stitching. Although, wait, did it have red stitching?
no, it didn't.
No,
This
it was
one
all black.
Remember, this one was all black.
Oh yeah, I think he only
literally
mentioned
talked
that
for
once
5
though.
minutes about how it was black.
He only mentioned it once. I almost forgot.
No.
All right.
I don't-
Any votes for the SQ5? Okay, 1 vote for the SQ5. Next up, RS3. Any votes for the RS3?
I would have
No,
voted for.
I'm voting for
I'm
it,
sorry,
'cause
Javad. I would have voted for this.
Anybody for the
until-
50?
50.
I would have voted for that also.
RS7. Javad, did you vote?
Yeah, he voted
I
for
vote
his
for the
own.
RS3. That's the car
Yeah.
I would choose.
I would have.
All right, so we got a tie between.
No, there's no tie.
Right.
I voted with you.
All right. RS7 wins.
Yeah, I hate to
Oh,
lose.
okay. I just want to
That's a
say
good choice. That's a good
this
choice.
isn't rigged.
Yeah.
That the hosts are winning the 2 first rounds. It's not rigged at all.
They have more practice than we do.
Yeah, well, but George definitely. I mean, my God, nice job, George.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Good
Very nice
job.
job.
Definitely a good
that's a
choice.
solid. That's a
I
solid.
mean, but that is a find.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
It's interesting.
I
I was
didn't- they were
looking and I saw a number of RS7s for below 50, and I thought RS3 will take it over an RS7, but it's
Well, to
apparently
fit-
just a matter of opinion.
To fit in my garage, Javad, I would pick the RS3, but
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of split, right? If I were going to buy one of those cars, it would probably be the RS3. But if I'm going to
Yeah.
say which one had more wow factor, I'd go RS7.
I mean,
Yeah.
Red and blue.
if I was given permission to drive across the U.S. with no speed limit, I would definitely choose an RS. So, I mean, that would be the ultimate.
Little known fact, I hear those other two Cannonball records that have broken the white A8 from like 2 weeks ago may also be Audis. Just in case you were
Yeah,
curious.
these big Audis are amazing, high-speed, long-wheelbase cruisers. But if you want to go fast around corners and you want to go fast around the track,
Yeah,
the
RS7's
RS3
not your
is
car.
great.
Yeah, I agree.
all right. So we move to our final round, which is our Halo/Dream car. No price cap on it at all, and we are going to go with Josh. Now I'm going to preface this by saying Josh actually showed me his selection, and I approved it. Although last week I was shouted down with my Halo choice, so it doesn't matter. This thing is beautiful. Go ahead and show it, Josh.
All right.
So I want you to know that
And I'm going to watch these comments as soon as it pops up. It's going to be like, that's not.
Yeah, it doesn't really qualify, but
At all.
I have so many reasons why.
Nope, not that one.
Oh, see my.
Is that
my point?
red
Look at the
stitching on that
title.
wheel, or is that
Was
black?
that what interior was that? What color was the
Wait.
interior?
Hey, look where my pointer is.
Bugatti.
It says winner.
winner.
If it's a
Okay.
Bugatti, I'm DQing it.
It is.
Oh, it's a Type 51 though.
Yeah, right, George. I couldn't say.
It's
I mean, totally rad.
unrestored.
But about the closest thing it has to Audi is that it raced against them back in the 30s.
And that counts.
This car there's so many design features that are just outstanding. You know, I don't know as much as you do, George, about all the history and the nerd stuff and the craziness and all that, but this car,
You know how to fix them. I don't. So like, your knowledge is probably more valuable than mine.
Ryan right now is having a fit. Ryan is like, disqualified. DQ.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
But-
sorry, Ryan.
Ryan, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. So,
Another news,
surprised me,
Bill's
never
going to
Ryan.
work for the Bugatti Club of America next week, so it was nice knowing him.
but hear me out. Hear me out. I know it's not Audi from 1931, but it's got 4 lug wheels on it instead of the typical center lock, you know, hit it with a hammer to tighten it. It's got the crank start. It's got old school, like 31 Ford, steering on the side. It's streamlined boat tail. It has no seatbelts because you're going to die anyways. Everything shifter-wise, gas tank-wise, everything is leather-wrapped and not restored. I mean, dual fuel tanks so you can fill it faster with leather wrapped around it. So for me, an engine is one of the best things about a car for me. And if you can design it properly and hide things and make it look proper, I love that. Outside of the car, great. It looks good. Slam it on wheels, do whatever. But it's got engine turn, valve covers, and your firewall and everything is all engine turn and brass and wire loom through everything. And then like the coolant ports are all curved and just molded into each other. I'm not sure on this. George, maybe help me with this if you know. To the left of the steering wheel, see the black box with the lever?
Yeah.
That is connected directly to the exhaust camshaft. What does that do?
I have no idea.
There's a lever that you can up and down. So was that variable cam timing?
Is that adjusting it on the I don't know.
Something with cam timing, and that is extremely intriguing to me. I mean, getting out, burning your leg on the exhaust is always great.
It's like Anthony's Viper.
Yeah, I mean, this car is, so if you look at the lower part of the picture, that's the drive shaft right next to your leg, not covered. No protection, no care at all. Just race it and go. And so the shaft there on the right-hand side goes right to the exhaust can. There's something going on there that I have no clue about, but it's something of amazing 1930s technology.
All the lines are copper. You see that?
Oh, yeah. And if you look at the tack, it's upside down. I don't know if I can click on that. Let me see.
Well, would that be so the shift point is positioned?
Yeah, I think you can see the hash marks on it.
It has the shift points, but all the numbers are upside down. Every single one of them. It's a very intriguing car.
It might just be so that's within field of view, the shift points rather, because like if you're a lot of guys with 911s will take the tack and pivot it so red line is 12 o'clock.
I've seen a lot of Porsches with the tacks shifted and everything, but I get the shift points, but why is all the numbers upside down? It's a very odd.
Well, because if it weren't rotated, if it were right side up, the shift points would be obscured to the driver by the center of the steering wheel. So you're making sure that the shift points are very clear to the driver when he's racing, right? So it's angled out more.
Yeah, I agree with George.
They just rotated it.
It's just a matter of convenience. And out of the corner of your eye, you can just see when the needle is pointed up or whatever position you've deemed, then you know it's time to shift.
I just find this car very intriguing for the mechanical part of it.
Yeah.
Not that it's worth a bazillion dollars or anything.
But it probably is.
Yeah. You have to call, which means I'm not calling. But like everything about that, I've looked at it, and me and Bill looked at it the other night, and it's one thing after another that is just very intriguing to me. And it's unrestored. It still has, you look at the tail right there, and it still has the exhaust smoke burnt off on the tail of it. It's just not.
The patina is fantastic. Yeah,
it's
unrestored is worth more.
It's not touched.
Yeah.
You look at that picture, the transmission is sitting there right next to your legs.
Well, this car looks like it's driven pretty regularly too. I'm gonna guess it does like a lot of like vintage runs, Goodwood, stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. But I'm not big into vintage cars. I've driven a bunch of them and just they don't do anything for me. But this car is outstanding.
Says the guy with the Lotus Esprit.
Sorry. This car just there's just so much that really intrigues me that I'd love to even just see the car and just look over. It's there's a lot of odd things about it. There's a lot of tech that I don't know, even from 1931. The biggest thing is that cam adjusting, if that's really what it is, because I have no idea.
I mean, early 30s Bugatti is on the forefront, right? Like they're making some of the most technologically advanced cars in the world.
Yeah, they were. But that black box to the left of the steering wheel, I have no idea what it does. But there's a shaft right to the camshaft.
So Bill, we'll have to take him to Monterey the year we don't have to get around quickly and see stuff. But
I'm
Josh,
in.
you got to get out to Monterey,
I'm in.
and we can visit Javad while we're out there because we
Yeah.
try and do
I was
that.
just about to say,
Sure.
someday when you can travel again and
Yeah.
shows and
Yeah.
events like that will happen.
Not this year because Monterey's canceled. Although I think the
Yeah.
Rolex,
Rolex
is still,
running.
Yeah.
I believe Rolex
There's some
reunion is
races that are running, but
Yeah.
no spectators.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't
We
know.
ready for the next
Yep.
the Audi this time?
Yes. I know.
If Bill okayed it, then
I know, because my choice is not. Yeah, well, you'll see it, and I'm gonna get shouted down too, so that's fine. Whatever.
It just really intrigued me.
it is a cool car.
So am I up?
Yes,
You
sir.
are up.
I think mine falls under the everything's for sale if you offer the right amount of money. I don't know. I couldn't actually find one of these that was for sale at this time, although they do go for sale periodically. And I think they would go for, I think a car in good condition would easily get $500,000 or more, even $1 million, depending on the spare parts package. So this is the car that kind of started it all for me. Is the IMSA GTO.
Yeah. All right.
I see that behind you on the wall.
Yes, there's one right behind me. But this to me was sort of the one Audi that just captured my imagination and gave me a lifelong passion for Audi specifically. One of the things I thought was so cool about this car is, that is a factory Audi 8090 hood or roof, and because of the Trans Am Racing Series rules, the side profile of this car is the same as a stock car.
But Javad, on our first episode, we actually found one of these, but it was a replica.
Yeah.
I think we
Okay,
found a
right.
couple of them.
I think it's around $200,000, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was on
For a
it's
replica.
Yeah, for replica.
Yeah, and it's built on a real chassis. It's not a tube frame.
Yeah, it's not the same, right? So this
Right.
is a completely tubular space frame car. The suspension has very little to do with the road going version of the Audi, although these do have a strut, McPherson strut style front suspension, but it's highly optimized for road racing.
Yeah, it's a little bit wider than the regular stocked
A little
90.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit.
What?
But believe it or not, the wheel dimensions, the spacing between the wheels, it's the same as the actual street car.
That's right. Yes, that's correct. The wheelbase.
The wheelbase, yeah, it's exactly the same.
But the wheel spacing is the one front tire is as wide as an entire stock car, almost.
Yeah.
So these at the time, because these were quattro, the Goodyear and other tire manufacturers had not made front tires this big for a race car. So Audi actually commissioned custom with front tires, and that started with the Trans Am car, but continued through the IMSA GTO.
I haven't seen one of these on the market in a while. I know that the 200 Trans Am, I think, might have been the car that was there at Eurospec that Zach Brown from McLaren picked up, and he's running.
Did he? Very cool.
Yeah, he ran it the last 2 years at Monterey.
Yeah, that was cool seeing that car.
Awesome.
Actually, I got to give it to Javad on this one, because I think that that there are actually two of those on the market right now, but they're both replicas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we found those.
Yeah.
Both
Yeah,
of them are
replicas
in
just
Europe.
aren't the same.
Yeah, right. Well, especially this. The 200
Kind of
Trans
close.
Am was like based on a factory chassis, where this was.
That was, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that was they took a factory Audi 200 off the production line, but it's just sort of the passenger compartments. Everything else was removed and modified, with tubular elements and things like that.
Did you ever go? I don't know if there's still a museum there, but there used to be a museum in Vegas at one of the casinos.
Yeah.
And
they had a Trans Am for sale about 3-4 years ago.
and
one
a
of the
Pikes
black
Peak
ones.
race car. They had when I went in there. This was years ago. We were out at SEMA and we're like, let's go to the museum, and we went.
Mhm.
And there was a Pikes Peak racer. I think it was like an 87 and then a Trans Am. Just randomly there in Vegas.
Yeah, and that was for sale for quite a while. So here's kind of a front shot of the engine compartment. But this had a highly customized version of the Audi 200. The Audi 20 valve motor. But the cylinder head was a custom casting. There were two individual ports for each intake valve and each exhaust valve. So there was, as opposed to having one Siamese port like on production head. And these motors were all magnesium, and they had these studs that went through the main crankshaft mains all the way through the cylinder head. So the head / main studs were one piece. They were about 18 inches long, and they held the entire motor together. And they were torque to yield stretch bolts. So a lot of really cool technology. All the coolant flow through this motor was changed from the factory, and easily produced 700 plus horsepower. They rev to about 9,000 RPM, and they just decimated the competition. Nothing could even touch them. And so they continued to be penalized until they couldn't race anymore. They weren't competitive. So really cool technology. And to me, this is just an example of one of the many times Audi has just really upended the industry and shown the world, some brand new idea and executed it at such a high level that nobody could really keep up with it.
So we're working on a feature on this car for the next issue of the magazine. If you want to see some other shots of it, I've done. I picked up an old press kit off of eBay on this car.
Oh, cool!
And found some other shots from archives. So, you mind if I share?
Yeah, I thought you were going to plug it for hey, if you want to see it, you got to join the club.
You get a preview now, and then you can see it. I'm going to have to share two different screens. I'll start with the motor. But there you can see some of the tube frame as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what any of that stuff is, but it's beautiful.
And then, hold on. Next group, for whatever reason, they wouldn't open up the same. So we got some studio photography of it that we're in the press kit of the time. Cut away. You can again see the tube frame.
Yeah, those are cool. I've seen those.
Show the motor. I want to see that.
Yeah, the motor is so unique, man.
There you go.
Wow.
So yeah, one cool thing about this motor, there's actually, it's all gear driven. The camshafts are gear driven off the crankshaft. There's no timing belt.
There's no timing belt. Yep, that's correct.
Wow.
And then all the dry sump is to the lower left there. You can see.
Yeah, I was going to say it's all dry sump there.
System. Mm-hmm.
So
really cool motor.
We did an interview with Hurley a couple years ago for the magazine too, and I guess he was saying these showed up late enough in the season that it missed Sebring. It was in IMSA, right? So it missed Sebring and it missed Daytona, the 24 hours and the 12 hours. But he said it was such a sprint car anyway. He didn't think it would last 24 or 12 hours. But I mean, it just completely. They showed up 2 races into the season and they still obliterated the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember watching this car race as a kid, and when they got penalized and added extra weight to slow them down, I was so disappointed, because it's like true dominance.
They still won though.
Yeah. And it was still winning. That's correct.
Yeah.
And they had to add more weight on top of that after that, and I was like, after that, nobody wanted to race it.
Yeah.
All right, Foxy.
Yeah. One of the most iconic things about them is their choo-choo-choo-choo sound.
Yeah.
And that's just from the turbo surge. Because they didn't really have a blow-off valve or a bypass.
Oh, no?
So that's all surging of the compressor wheel fighting against the closed throttle body. So whenever they shift, the throttle body closes, you get this massive spike of pressure between the throttle body and the turbo compressor. And then that pressure has to go somewhere. So as it squeezes back out the compressor wheel, back out the intake, it creates that screeching sound. But Audi did this really clever thing where as that pressure goes back into the intake of the turbo inlet, they recirculate it right back around into the compressor wheel. So it keeps the wheel spinning between the shifts. It's very hard on the turbo, but it's racing. So they just did so many cool things like that. It's, they were the first to do so many of those little tricks, and the technology was so advanced. So I would pay any amount of money if I had it to buy one.
Figuring it's the unlimited class, you can offer Zach Brown or whomever all the money they need in case he has an IMSA as well.
Yeah.
All right, Ray, what's your
Jeff
unlimited
Bezos.
choice?
All right, here you go.
Is it in Europe?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's gotta be. Yep.
what the?
I'm assuming it has an Audi engine.
It does have an Audi engine, yes.
What are we looking at?
What was that built by the line?
Wait, the engine has now been replaced with a
Hold on, hold on.
A20A Honda
All right,
Integra
I'll-
Type R.
I'll stop messing with you guys.
Ah, Ray, I'm going to cut you off, man. Although I can't because you
This is my unlimited.
Wait, I think I've seen this before somewhere. What the?
It's a T-shirt.
I'll swap everything, LS.
No, never.
So what's the deal on this thing?
This is
A
a
Mini?
Mini Cooper with a 2.5 20 valve 07K.
Yeah, all-wheel drive.
Josh, come on, Josh.
Hey, I'm in. Winner. No.
It's a
That's
2012 Mini Cooper with an 07K.
Turbo or no?
Turbo. Look at it, man. Come on, George.
Yeah,
It's
Look at
pretty
it.
impressive, I gotta say. It's
That's pretty impressive. But the fact that he put quattro in the front, that won me over.
like a Mini ran into his IMSA car. And
It does kind of look like that.
It does, right?
same
Yeah.
livery,
Looks
same.
like a really ugly IMSA car.
Look at the inlet on the rooftop too. He definitely was going IMSA.
I've got to say that I kind of like this one.
All right, you know what? I'm not going to even bother showing my name. I'm just
Look at it, and I can buy this right now. It's only 41,000.
what?
Wow, that's cheap.
That is cheap.
I'm torn.
You should have put this in your daily driver class.
Yeah, seriously. Like
You should have.
You would have won the daily driver class with this thing.
I had to save this one for last because I got the little emblem now for it because winner.
Yeah. Hey, winner, right? The nice choice, Ray. I mean, it's
interesting.
It is interesting, very interesting. I saw it and I was like, yep, this is gonna be my win show.
Is it in the U.S.?
It's in the U.S. Yep,
Wow. Well, you get bonus points for that.
it's precious. I'm telling you, it's gorgeous.
precious. Yeah.
Can you imagine showing up on a street road car with this? Oh my God, it would turn heads.
If H2O were still happening, you would own H2O with this thing.
Oh my God, everybody would be
H2O?
screaming. I think the cops would stop me before I even hit the road.
It's the chemical code for water.
Yeah.
Okay, George. I know you're a dad, but we don't need dad jokes on the show. Okay, I'm not going to even share mine. So because it's wrong on so many levels. It's not an Audi. Doesn't have an Audi engine in it. It is one of 20, though. Have I?
Are you going before me this time? I guess.
Oh wait. Yes.
You know what, George? Yeah, let George go. Come on, because
Go ahead, George.
Off all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? That's right. Because George always ends up going last. We'll mix it up this time.
Oh.
I don't think it might be a real Group 4, but I don't think it is.
Hey.
But I don't think it's a real, because the livery is not quite correct.
Yeah.
No.
But
There's a lot of these cars were built, replica cars.
still a lot of fun. A lot of money for that.
Did he put the fan in the rear? Is that a fan in the rear?
It's an oil cooler, probably. That's where they put it for the race cars.
For the race
The
car, right?
factory race
Yeah.
cars. Oh, there we go.
That's pretty.
Nope. It's a
Couple
replica.
cool bits on there.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Cool car, replica.
So no racing provenance, but
Nah. Very
pretty
cool
rad
car.
build.
Oh, two-frame suspension too.
Oh, full radiator in the back.
Good choice, George. Good choice.
Thank you.
Wow,
Only
that's
1,000 miles on the
expensive.
build.
Holy Jesus, that's expensive.
Yeah, that's they should
Much
take
was it?
That's a lot.
Ooh,
take
I mean, it's-
for that.
It's 199, but it's less than Javad's car. I'm just saying. All right, Bill, what you got?
all right. I'm just glad I won one round. I'm just going to keep saying that because, this one is not an Audi. Doesn't have an Audi engine in it. The company is owned by Audi. So,
You're stalling.
and it's not Bugatti. So
You're
don't worry
stalling.
about it.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're stalling.
Lamborghini.
All right. Do you see that?
Holy. That's a lot of money.
Yeah. And the reason why I chose it really because it was a lot of money and it's in the States.
Yeah.
So this is one of 20. They Centenario, whatever.
Centenario.
Centenario.
Yeah.
All right. So they built, like I said, they built this in celebration of I can't pronounce his name either. His 100th birthday. I
Ferruccio?
think. Yeah,
Ferruccio
thank you.
Lamborghini's 100th would have been a 100th anniversary of his birthday.
Yes. So, yeah. So I don't know anything about these cars. I just know they built 20 coupes and they built 20 roadsters.
V12.
V12, a Lamborghini developed and so on and so forth.
Stefan Winkelmann was the CEO of Lamborghini at the time, and he was like, Winkelmann was good at doing these sort of coach-built limited run cars, but it's basically an Aventador roadster with some unique bodywork.
Or carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Does Bruce Wayne drive that?
Is it just me or is it kind of hideous?
It is.
I'm with you.
I mean, you're not buying these cars for subtlety.
It's got no roof. It's got no roof. No.
So what? It gets disqualified because it has no roof.
No roof.
Come on, this is in your face. Come on.
This is everyday 3 million, though.
Oh, okay. It's got carbon fiber. We're back.
The whole body is carbon fiber.
But they're just inserts on the wheels.
Yeah, they're just inserts on the wheels. It's not the whole wheel.
But so are the rotors.
It's basically a hubcap in carbon fiber.
Oh
Yeah. So we go back to the Pod A4.
Oh wow!
The
Wow,
$500,000
Ray.
hubcap.
Why you do me like that, man?
I'm digging it because I have a bad fetish for carbon fiber, and that's about it.
I'm not sure how to vote on this round. I gotta say, I'm split between.
I know who I'm voting for.
Wait, how did they get away calling it light design? That's as heavy as I've ever seen.
It has no roof.
Yeah, it has no roof, so.
Look. See, I know. Look at Josh. Josh is like, oh, look at all the carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber, but don't just you have me until you show a picture of no roof, and then I'm out.
Well, then I'm just gonna skip those photos because I want to vote.
No, the hubcap.
Hey, your car didn't have a roof, Josh.
Did they? Yeah, that's true.
Wait,
True story.
Ooh,
What roof? What?
Your Bugatti.
your Bugatti.
Yeah, I know you almost forgot because it's not an Audi, but
Ooh.
Damn.
I don't think it even had glass, right?
All right. So that was pretty much just like Javad.
hey, Bill, how's the interior on the Lamborghini? Does it have any red stitching?
I think it's just one big red stitch. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. So this was, like I said, I was a last minute choice. I just typed in what most expensive car, like Audi umbrella type of car, and that popped up.
Pretty much it.
All right, so let's vote. Let's vote on this round.
Share screen again. All right. Bugatti Type 31. Anybody?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm voting for myself because
You can vote for yourself.
Perfectly within the rules.
I need to see that car.
See, here I'm torn now on whether or not to vote for this next one because we don't have a listing. But it's my favorite by far.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite by
Same
far.
here.
Anybody voting for this one?
No, I'm not gonna vote.
I have
listing.
I have to vote for it.
So we got 2 for this one.
Well, okay, so so
right there, if that was listed,
yeah,
I'd go for it.
Me
I would
too.
totally
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
same
draw
here.
my vote. I'm sorry.
But like George said, we can just go to whoever has one and give them
Which
enough
number?
money and say,
Because
what's it gonna take?
I'm buying
I'm
for the
Jeff
unlimited
Bezos.
class on the weekly throwdown. So, yeah. How many million?
Money's really not an issue. It's unlimited.
Yeah, we got to get rid of this unlimited class because. So you're going for this, Josh?
Yeah, sorry.
Dude,
So
Sorry, that car is amazing.
Javon
it
and
is.
Josh.
I know.
It always has been.
Yeah.
This is what I'm torn
I
on
think-
whether or not to vote for this or another one.
I think spiritually, all of us definitely, and everybody watching, would definitely vote for this one.
If that was for sale, it's it.
Yep.
Yeah, no question.
Okay.
By the way, Ron Compton would like to point out there's a lot of cheating going on.
Ryan is acting
Technically,
like a
if we were to strictly follow the rules, this is a race between Ray and myself, and the rest of you guys can go home.
Oh, wait, there were rules?
Rules.
I didn't get
remember?
those.
Well, you put Bill in charge the first week out, and then all of a sudden the rules go to hell.
No, I think Jamie first broke all the rules.
Yeah.
He did break the rules. Well, we didn't really have rules that time, so. All right, next up.
All right. So sorry for future guests. We're going to
If this is
stick to the rules.
If this is Dr. Evil, this is Mini Me.
I'm voting for this one.
I'm voting for Mini Me.
Yep.
Wrong.
I think Mini Me gets it.
I'm very torn.
No love for the Quattro.
Yeah,
Question.
the Quattro gets no love.
From this angle, if I squint a little bit, it looks like a Toyota Celica. And yeah, I just don't vote for that one.
No.
So I guess we have our winner.
We have our winner. So we have 3 different winners.
So who won this one?
Well, we're gonna vote for.
Are we going to vote between the winners?
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Wait.
Well, you're gonna put my beater up against Mini
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah,
Hold on,
yeah,
wait,
we are.
wait. It's on. Hold on. Wait. I'm gonna put this one on for you guys. This is for Bill.
Oh, are we not
Let's
voting?
vote. Let's vote.
Oh my God, man!
All right, I'm getting the pictures ready. You ready for this? Let's do the final vote.
Let's do the final vote. Fine. Although George,
Mini Me. Votes for Mini Me.
what,
Okay.
Oh, God.
And what are all the choices first?
All right,
so
sorry.
what I would like to see, and this is the problem here now, because I would like to have, beater. Yeah, this is you winner beater because I'm driving the RS7 daily, and I'm racing this on the weekends. So, so I'm driving.
You're
No,
assuming that's a race
nobody's
car.
voted for this, so get rid of that.
All right, so anybody voting for the S8?
No.
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 No one.
Okay.
No one. They should.
Anybody voting for the RS7?
I'll put my vote for the RS7.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about going for the RS7 too. I mean, I love the Mini, but if you're thinking if you're gonna, I'm gonna go with the RS7. Never mind.
Josh, RS7 or Mini?
I'm torn because it has the 07K turbo in it.
I think you need to vote for that. That's your car.
I'm going for the Mini because the 07K turbo.
I'm gonna give the I'm gonna give the Mini the vote too. So I think the Mini wins.
Mini wins. Ray.
Wow, get out of here. Right.
Ray wins.
Although the IMSA won my heart.
Yes.
Oh my
you know what? I have to say that too. It's
Any
yeah.
day.
So,
a good choice on that car, definitely, man. Good choice.
That's the ultimate.
the IMSA car is fantastic. I'm still torn with the Bugatti, which is not an Audi, but
And mine wasn't an Audi
If
either.
that
so.
SQ5 had red stitching, I'd have voted for it.
I liked it because it was black.
No, I do too, man. Honestly, you should totally build that for.
I want to. I'm going to sooner or later. That
Sounds
will
really
be my next one lap car is a Q5 or SQ5. That's what
Josh, if you build it, we'll give you anything out of our catalog for it.
awesome.
And we have a lot of stuff for that car.
I really think it'd be a fun oddball build.
If you build it, we'll cover it as a project car in the magazine.
Yes.
If you build it,
Gotta do it now.
I'll wash it for you.
Yes.
So there you go. We got Ray. You gonna offer him anything?
I'll write the article.
There you go.
We're in. All right. Give me a year.
All right. So,
I got a dealer here in Mannheim who's a friend. He'll help you find one wholesale.
All right.
It might have colored stitching, but you're gonna pull that out anyway.
No. So George, does the SQ5 have DSG or is it still automatic?
Ooh, I think it's
No,
the.
it's a ZF8 8-speed.
Yeah.
So we have a tune for that, and actually we have customers doing sub 3.5 seconds 0 to 60s with that ECU flash and tuning.
Yeah, because I had one in a Q5 and in the shop the other day, and I loved it, but the transmission was just not there.
Well, the transmission's amazing. It just depends on how it's programmed. So that ZF 8-speed is it's made by ZF and also through a partnership with Fiat Chrysler. And that transmission, the same mechanical hardware goes in trucks, SUVs, and sports cars, and everything in between. And it comes off the assembly line, and it gets flashed with one of whatever ECU flashes, and it can either be a truck or a sports car trans or anything in between. So it's actually really awesome, and with the right programming, you can completely transform its character. I mean, it can drive very close to a DSG.
That was the only thing I didn't really like about it. Everything else was just like, yep, I could do it.
But that's because the Audi programming is for the average SUV customer, and it's not anywhere near optimal.
Do you guys do a TCU flash for that car?
We do, yeah. Mm-hmm. We do. So we increase the shift speeds, we increase the holding power,
and it's got better torque rating than DSG, as I understand.
Oh, it's the same transmission that's in the RS7, so it can, and the new RS5, all the B9 S4s, that transmission can hold all the torque and then some.
All right, Josh.
It's a number of BMW applications. Chrysler, Hemi stuff has it.
That's the next one lap car that I want to build. It sounds odd. It's weird. It doesn't mesh with the GT3s and the GTRs and everything else that run it. But I want to do a Q5 or RS. It just seems like it'd be fun, something different, which is, like I said before, that's what I'm about, something totally different.
Yeah.
So I would like to build an SUV monster at some point.
We'll help you make it happen. We are the devils on your shoulder.
Yeah, I have many of them.
Yeah, he doesn't need our help.
I know, right?
Okay.
Gents, it's been 2 hours.
Yeah.
I think
We
my
ran over
longest.
by an hour.
Yeah. So I want to thank you all for.
Ryan held on. Hey, Ryan. Hang on, buddy.
I think Ryan's angry with us right now. So
No, but I mean, legit, we had like some meaty build talk going on in this one, so
yeah,
it's worth it for all the cheating.
yeah, it's worth the cheating.
Good.
Selection was, I got to give it to you guys. Selection was really good, man. Good job, guys.
I don't know who the guests are next week. I don't think we know yet, but they got to bring it because this week was pretty nuts.
Yeah, I
It was
agree.
a solid week.
We got to change up these. We keep going 50 grand.
Yeah, we're going to change that. I mean, maybe we'll ask the viewers if they, for categories or whatnot, or because it's not going to be the same each time. We're trying not to have the same thing each time, like maybe all 80s, all 90s, or
3 guests, 3 categories they choose.
Yep. Oh, all right. Okay.
You got something on your nose, Josh.
Yeah, it's a LoLo.
It's Lolo. What's up, Lo?
Oh, no.
I gotta borrow her for a weekend, Josh.
Nope.
You can have Tempe.
Nope. They're my dogs.
All right.
All right,
Thank you very much again, guys. For spending some time with us, and thanks for everybody who's still on watching us. We will have this up on YouTube within the next couple of days, hopefully. Or
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop the live stream.
Yep. All right.
Thanks,
bye,
everybody.
guys.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Live stream is ended. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, thanks, everybody. That was fun.
No. Yes.
It was
Thanks,
super
everybody.
nerdy, but I enjoyed it. so thank you for.
Good.
See,
That's
and-
how it should be, right?
Yeah,
And
totally.
I kind of like all these things. Yeah, even though we're, everybody's cheating and whatnot, there's really good conversation that's going on with, between everybody. There's no dead air. I mean, we're all kind of not making fun of each other, but we're just arguing, if you would say. And I think it makes for a good show.
Yeah, I mean, everything was great except for the S8.
It's one, it's class.
Yes.
It out D2'd you.
S8.
He out D2'd you.
Fantastic.
I did out DT you. So I just lived my own dreams. That's all.
Yeah.
Now I have to buy that car just to prove you wrong.
Which one?
Yeah, which one?
Hood Ronin or Magic Carpet Ride?
Magic carpet.
Don't be a hero.
Yeah.
Don't be here.
I like Hood Ronin personally. It was one of my favorite.
Which one?
Hood Ronin, the S8.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah,
But
Dave,
Hood
was
Ronin.
the one, Dave was the one posting that on the chat. He actually posted that one on the chat.
Mm-hmm.
That
Yeah.
was a pretty good one too. Yep.
I mean, Javad with the IMSA car.
Oh my God, that car would win.
Vaughn, if you want, I'll send you the high res
I mean-
scans of the PR
Yeah.
shots.
I actually have a bunch of photographs that I can send you too of actual IMSA parts that I took
Oh yeah.
ages ago. That show the head studs. It shows me holding the entire block up with one finger.
Oh cool.
It's so light.
I got
I'll
some,
dig those pictures up.
Yeah, I got some pictures also that are not found on the web also for that engine. It's pretty amazing. So I'll send those to you over, George.
Thanks. Are we allowed to, of the ones we're talking about, are we allowed to, I don't know that I'll get them in the magazine because we don't have a lot of layout, but when it goes on up on web, would love to kind of post whatever. But if you prefer not, then just make note of that when you send it over.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're my own pictures, so I'd be happy to post them.
We just need to be careful. We're not putting up stuff that other people have the rights to. Right, Bill?
That was a little costly mistake.
Well, no, it wasn't. We never had to pay, but we got a cease and desist order. Well, it wasn't cease and desist. It was cease and you owe us money.
Pay us.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
So apparently the new honeypot deal on the internet is to, now that they have image search engines or visual search, right? There are photographers who are hiring lawyers to go out, or lawyers who will go to photographers and represent the portfolio and then go search for use it's not allowed. And so Bill ran a story about a Princess Diana 90 that probably wasn't worth the fee they wanted us to pay. And
Probably.
yeah. And I guess the paparazzi who took the shot and sold the shot to the auction house. We still don't know if the auction house had permission, but yeah, he was trying to give us a bill for like $4,500, which we sent a lawyer letter back and we never heard back from him. But
Yeah.
you got to watch that. Like nowadays, what pictures you put online.
Well, yeah, and the other scam that continually goes on is these ambulance chaser law firms, they'll go out and say, let's find any time the Audi trademark logo is being used without permission.
Yeah.
And then they go back to Audi with it. And sometimes they'll send you a letter and just Audi's not even involved, but they're just fishing for these.
There is a law firm that represents, and we used to have them hit us. Like every time it seemed like the law firm changed, they'd hit us for Vortex, and and we have a pretty kind of buttoned up and strict agreement with Audi because we use the branding on for Audi Club. But what's interesting about it, and what kind of one of the things I want to argue with, is when you see like groups like Silicon Valley Audi Group or Audi Group LA, these guys don't have permission to use it, and I would imagine it's possible they'll get cease and desist. But it used to drive me nuts because with Fortitude, we went out of our way to not use any Audi naming or branding.
Yeah. And
we were fighting an uphill battle on Google because Audi World, Audi Zine, Quattro World.
Sure.
Quattro World's using like the visual cue, and these are all now, other than Audi Zine, they're all for profit, and other than Audi Zine, they're all owned by multinational publishing companies, right? So like, if they can operate with it, why the hell can't Audi Group LA? Doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, can they? Do they have permission, or haven't been caught yet?
No, I mean, Audi's aware of them. I think it's more how much of a PR battle do they want to fight, right? Like by going after them. We knew years ago when I remember this would have been like early, this was pre-Fortitude. We'd started to work kind of with Audi World in like around the 2000, 2001 timeframe when I was launching Sweet Speed. And Jamie went into Auburn Hills, which is where Audi of America was at the time, and Volkswagen America was, and he got pulled into a meeting with legal. And I guess Audi World had recently shifted from a4.org to audiworld.com. Right. And that was still like Jason and Neil and Matt who were running that site, but we were kind of quasi attached to them at this point. And the head of legal was like, Audi AG's website is called the Audi World site. You guys had a licensing deal for a4.org. You don't have a licensing deal for Audi World, and they wanted to shut it down. So like literally Fortitude was the name I booked just in case they shut us down. And then when we split, I kept the URL and ran my own site.
Interesting. Cool. Yeah, I mean, ultimately all these sites help Audi. I mean, it's a place that generates enthusiasm for the Audi brand, and people end up going out and buying Audis. Yeah.
I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? They have to show that they're protecting their trademark in order to keep their trademark, but at the same time, it's allowing fans to take investment in your brand and and feel like it's part of them and their passion. Like that's really great place to be in as a brand, and so it's a really kind of challenging position to be in.
It's surprising that they don't go engage these groups and just make these, very feasible agreements with them. They could go to Silicon Valley Audi Group and say, it's $200 a year. Yeah. But you have to sign this contract, and if you violate the agreement, then we can pull it. But at least they can show that they're in control of it and they have these agreements in place. But
VW had something like that. So. VW had something that was like comped. That was you just had to register with them. And
right. That works too.
Yeah, but then I don't know if the person left or the budget got pulled or whatever, and the program ended just because cost cutting.
Right.
Yeah. Big corporate America.
Yeah, it's interesting stuff for sure. Well, cool guys. Thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna head home.
No, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
All right. Talk to you guys.
Bill, I'm going to send you the winner for next week.